host, Adam Hess. With me, as always, he's a very sleepy boy in a very sleepy room. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Got a little catnap.
Yeah, a little catnap. Good day for it, you know? Nice Saturday, 3-day weekend. Hockey.
Mm-hmm.
We got hockey. We had afternoon hockey. There was hockey to be played.
It's hockey.
There's hockey. We are here to react to the United States. Looked worse to the eye test than it did on paper. 6-3 win over Denmark. Mike, first period, the United States is actually down 1 goal after what has to be the most absurd shot that a USA goalie has let in international play in what? 10 years? 12 years?
Oh, the Denmark's second goal, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just whoever B. Jensen is for Denmark, my apologies to Mr. Jensen, just kind of tosses it from a step inside the red line. Goes just over Swayman's shoulder. Not to be outdone. Denmark's third goal also kind of just tossed from a step inside the blue line.
Darien, Connecticut, Adam.
Darien, Connecticut.
That's where Spencer Knight was born.
So
I
you're
just want
saying
to throw that
he's
out
American. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. See if I end up having to bring that back up later. We'll see.
Yeah. So Hellebuck has a pretty good game one. Obviously, you don't love the letting in the first goal and ended up tied 1-1 at the end of the first, but after that, doesn't allow another goal. Swayman, kind of a shaky game too.
What's the fuck shaky? I don't hear shaky. All right, you sound like Eddie Olczyk on the broadcast, who when they scored that terrible second goal where the guy wasn't even in the offensive zone yet, and he just threw the puck between the defender's legs and towards the net. He's like, Swayman, he lost that one. Like, he was like, okay, he shouldn't have lost that one.
You're talking about their third and final goal, right?
No, I'm talking about their second one.
Okay, because their third goal, Olczyk kept talking about how JT Miller he kind of screened that one by accident, kind of got is Swayman holding Olczyk's kids at gunpoint or something?
I don't know. Yeah, but even after like that second one, that was dumb. He was just like, yeah, it's kind of tough. He's kind of lost sight of that one. And they were saying how thought he was gonna go ahead and dump it in like usual, but he just threw it at the net. That's not an excuse for letting in a shit goal, nor is it an excuse on the other one where he let in a shit goal.
Yeah, you're a professional goalie, and that puck traveled, what, 90 feet before it got to you?
It traveled, and it was like the distance from at least Calgary to Edmonton, to put it in
about 90 feet, yeah.
Canadian viewers will. It was a long fucking way.
But outside of Jeremy Swayman, Matt Boldy, first one to put points on the board for the United States, tied it at 1-1. After that, Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, Noah Hannafin, Jake Gunsel, and Jack Hughes all score goals. Pretty much scored down the lineup. Mike, the first thing I want to talk about here, highlight of the match, obviously, Jack Hughes' goal, where he just kind of skates past Denmark's goalie, and Denmark's goalie overplayed outside of his crease, and he just kind of throws it backwards off of the Denmark goalie's leg and into the net.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick goal. But I've never seen a player surge in playtime because of a goal and then have it immediately wreak havoc upon the team like Noah Hannafin's goal. I like Noah Hannafin as a defenseman. I'm not going to talk shit about Noah Hannafin. But Noah Hannafin scores a goal and immediately is like, well, he had 4 minutes of ice time in game one. Let me see if I can pull up how much ice time he had in this one. I don't know if they'll have that up on ESPN. But after his goal, he starts playing a lot more, and suddenly we're having some trouble getting the puck out of the zone. We're having some trouble getting a puck out of the offensive zone with Noah Hannafin on the ice.
No, ESPN says they're the worldwide leader in sports, but they have dog shit box scores for the Olympics, so I don't have Noah Hannafin's ice time.
Yeah, they have plus minus, a stat we definitely need. Goals, assists, shots, and penalty minutes, right? Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah. So thanks, ESPN. But Mike, let's start here. So USA decidedly wins the second and third period. It looked worse to the eye test than on paper because the United States in the second and third period outscores Denmark 5-1. Where's your concern index with the United States coming out of this Denmark game? It was a 2 out of 10, I believe, after the Latvian game.
I believe I said 3 out of 10
Okay.
after the Latvia game. Now we are at a 6. We have doubled the concern index because that was a dog shit first period. The second period looked like they got it going thanks to the first line, and then they let in a dog shit goal at the end. I'm ignoring the final score. I don't care that you beat Denmark 6-3. Denmark 6-3. I don't care. All right. You played like 30 minutes of shit hockey today and damn near 40 minutes of shit hockey. So someone in the locker room needs to stand up and be like, what are we doing here? Like what? Did their teams all slip them a check and say, hey, just do us a favor, half-ass it, don't get hurt? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that like it was almost on cue where the announce team starts talking about how the United States, they get out to these slow starts in the first period, but then they just wear these team downs with their athleticism and their speed. In the second half of the second period, like Denmark was getting legitimate pressure on the United States, and it was like, you would have fucking Wawrinski and Boldy and Dylan Larkin and Austin Matthews out there, and they still weren't getting out of the zone. Like it was like legit all NHL level players, and Denmark was putting pressure on them. So I don't agree with the announce team that the United States just dominated the entire second and third period. Like Denmark was getting actual shot pressure and actual possession time in the offensive zone in the middle and late stages of this game. It was basically the end of the first period for the final, 8-9 minutes, and then the first 11-12 minutes of the second period. The United States ripped away with this game. But outside of that, like, man, it didn't look like a bunch of NHL players playing against some people who play in the top Danish league. It looked like, American hockey players, college hockey players playing against top players in Europe. Like, it did not look like a dominant win in any way.
That the frustrating part is that's like if I felt like we didn't have a good roster, I wouldn't be frustrated. I'm like, nice, 6-3 win. Awesome. We have a roster just as good. Maybe you can say slightly not as good as Canada's. And that'd be a fair argument. If you want to say Canada's a little better, I'd say I understand it. They have fucking McKinnon, McDavid, and Celebrini. That's pretty tough. So I understand if you want to give Canada the 1A. That's fine. But that's the frustrating part. Is like we on paper are not just like better than Denmark. We're like 6 times better than Denmark. What are we doing here?
Yeah, the goaltending was bad today. There's some lines that we have some real trouble with here, and we're gonna get to our segments here in a second. So I'm not gonna get too deep into the lines that we need to be concerned with. But before we get to our pass fail report card grades here, shout out to the Eichel Kachuk line. Just plugging away consistently. They have the 2 goals in the second period, both off the face-off. One where Brady just rips it from the slot, and the second one where Eichel. So on the broadcast, I said it was unassisted. It looks like they eventually gave the assist to Matthew Tkachuk, but Eichel wins the face-off. There's like a scrum for the puck. He gets the puck and then just tosses it over the goalie's blocker side shoulder.
Yeah.
That line does work. That line does 2-way work. And then Brady Tkachuk also draws a slash-in penalty and gets into like a half fight. It's American to the core, man. That Tkachuk Eichel line.
Yeah.
But let's get to our first segment here, Mike. Pass fail. So give me 2 players that passed and 2 players that failed. We'll start with our passing grade players. Give me 2 players that passed.
So it's not exciting because you already brought them up, but like Eichel is a pass. He continues to be, I think, the best player on this team. I think it's so hard. Like every time I watch Jack Eichel play, I'm like, God, this dude's so good. I love Jack Eichel. And then the Sabres fan in me is like, I hope you get Jardia. Like it's very hard to deal with these conflicting emotions. But yeah, he was great. And then another pass goes to Brady Tkachuk, who I think is I think he's outshining Matty right now. I think there should be some sibling rivalry there. And if there is, Brady's outshining Matty with what he's been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Brady's having an incredible Olympics so far. Since you took those 2, I'll give out passing grades. Charlie McAvoy We didn't talk about it at all on our first reaction pod, but talk about just a top pair defenseman who's grinding away. We talked a lot about Quinn Hughes, who had kind of a sloppy game. He's going to walk away with a point on the assist that he had, but he kind of had a sloppy game. He had a couple of times where he got his pocket picked. Not the strongest Quinn Hughes game, but McAvoy, just every single shift he's on the ice, it's like, okay, I'm not too worried about what's going to go wrong here. My other pass, I'm just going to double down, man. You know, fucking Jack Hughes. Just you know,
I'm so sorry for everything I said, Jack. I'm sorry.
it's Piss Pants Ben Johnson all over again, man. Like,
it is.
We have spent 365 calendar days taking every cheap shot and dig and jab to the ribs we could against Jack Hughes. And then he has been fucking nails in the Olympics, man. Like I said, he had the goal of the day where he just waits for the goalie to overplay him, skates past him, throws it backwards off the goalie and into the net. That's sick, man. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. Can I also throw out just one more?
Uh-huh.
And I will say, like, his plus minus doesn't look great because he's a -2. But all in all, I think Jake Sanderson's played very well through 2 games.
Yeah, Jake Sanderson's going to be like we'll do awards at the end of the Olympics. And if he keeps up like this, there'll be like some kind of unsung hero award or the guy you're not talking about that you should be talking about award. Because, like you said, he's a -2. He was on the ice for both of those stupid, ridiculous throw the puck from center ice goals. But every time he's on the ice, it's like, okay, he's taken some shots I didn't agree with on this one where he's just like slapping it at the net. But when he's in there, it's not like they're constantly playing with their backs on the other side of the ice the way they did a little bit today with Noah Hannafin or Quinn Hughes on the ice. Yeah,
he's just done a really good job through 2 games of just getting back and being a good defenseman, which is what you want a guy whose position is defense to be.
Which is it's also kind of funny because when you talk about him in the NHL, I kind of think of him as like an offensive leaning defenseman. But in the USA, it's like he knows his fucking job. He's Bill Belichick in this shit, man.
Right.
All right. Let's get to fails here. Let's get to fails. Who did not pass? Who failed this game?
Did Kyle Connor play hockey today again? Where is this motherfucker?
Can I read you his stat line real quick, Mike?
Go for it. I have it in front of you. I want the people to know.
Yeah, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 shots.
That's the part that makes you want to like just throw him out the window. 0 shots. The thing you do as a hockey player that people say you're good at, you're a goal scorer. You shoot. You're not even shooting? You're not even getting a puck on net, bud? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Cole Caulfield is sitting at home.
Yeah, it's getting a little worrisome, you know, that we have Kyle Connor here, despite the fact that Cole Caulfield's not, and we're having some problems with Kyle Connor not scoring goals.
And you know what? Like I was interesting to see if they kept the same line combinations, so I hit the internet to see, and from what I could tell, they kept the same line combinations, and they had Vincent Trocheck as like the extra forward, right?
Yes.
Why is he the extra forward? Vincent Trocheck has played he's had way more of an impact than Kyle Connor has.
Yeah, and like the other one's Noah Hannafin who climbed the lineup, but like absolutely Trocheck has, Nelson has, like name your guy lower on the depth chart that outside of Austin Matthews. Like every forward has had a bigger impact than Kyle Connor. Mike, you want to guess where Kyle Connor ranks in the NHL in shots on goal per game?
Is he top 15?
He is 15th. 15th in shots on goal per game.
Kind of.
Who's your other fail, Mike?
I'm gonna put him down as a fail. I've had like I guess the phrase I've had a hard on for this guy. That phrase used to be like used to say like I have a problem with this guy and like, he gets on my nerves. I keep bitching about him, but it sounds pretty erotic. So honestly, I've got an issue with this dude, JT Miller. He's another guy who, when the Olympic rosters came out, I saw his name on it, and I was like, really? We're doing this again?
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this again.
Yeah, he had the disallowed goal in game 1, and then in this game was like he was Houdini. He disappeared. Like I couldn't tell you a notable thing JT Miller did all game.
He's just such a nothing. Great. He's just a nothing burger of a hockey player to me.
Yeah.
Like the way he plays and what he does, it's like, yep, if his shooting percentage is good and he gets, good open looks, he might put up 30 goals a season. If not, he's not going to, and he provides nothing else to you besides that.
Yeah, just look at how the Rangers have played since they acquired him.
Yeah, like I don't got time. I don't got time for it. I'm being mean, but we just played like shit for 40 minutes against Denmark, so I'm a little cranky.
My first fail, Jeremy Swayman. I can't believe you didn't mention him. You're the goalie hater. Jeremy Swayman, 21 saves, 3 goals allowed. Or sorry, 18 saves, 3 goals allowed, and 21 shots. Not great, Jim. And you always got to add the caveat in where it's like, the save percentage wasn't good, but you got to actually watch the goals. Like sometimes goals are defensemen's fault, sometimes goals are goalies' fault, sometimes goals are forwards' fault. There was 2 goals that were definitively the goalie's fault in this one.
Definitively his fault. So
if you're listening to this and you didn't hold on, if you're listening to this and you didn't watch the game, you might think that we are being dramatic. We are not being. I challenge you to go seek out the highlights for these goals. It looks like fucking Little League, man.
Yeah, that second. So the first one was ugly, and the second one, especially, really pissed me off because it looked like just not like an NHL goalie.
Yeah,
the way he got beat on that, I don't want to be mean, but I do want to be mean. So you should be fucking embarrassed, Jeremy. All right, you should be embarrassed. And real quick, is our third goaltender is it Ottinger? I can't remember.
It's Ottinger. Yeah,
it's Ottinger. Great, cool.
Where'd you say Spencer Knight was born again? He must have been. I'm assuming he was born in Connecticut. Oh, Connecticut. That's America,
I just
right?
googled it. Yeah, Darien, Connecticut.
Let me hand it my other fail here. Listen, this is a high grading bar fail, but Quinn Hughes had a tough game, man. I love Quinn Hughes. I just convinced someone to bet on him to win the Norris at plus 2,700. He ends up with an assist, and he's plus 2 on the ice, but he got his pocket picked a few times. He got stuck out there on a shift. Him and I forget who he was out there with. It might have been McAvoy, but he gets stuck out there for like 3 minutes at one point when they had the long change, and just it was like he didn't skate fast enough to the bench, kind of get stuck out there, not like offensive zone pressure get stuck out there. And I don't know, man. It was a tough Quinn Hughes game. He turned over the puck a few too many times for me. So, like I said, it's a high bar fail. It's like a grading on a curve fail, but tough Quinn Hughes one.
Yeah, it was like we got more Vancouver Canucks Quinn Hughes and not Minnesota Wild Quinn Hughes is what I think you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have time to hand out our 3 stars because that's something I have to go do imminently. I do want to shout out your boy, Tage Thompson here, who took 1 shot on the game, which was an ill-advised shot that he ripped from above the point, that the second he touched the puck, I was like, he's shooting that. There's no, like, he touches the puck. He takes like 2 strides, and I'm like, this guy, I don't give a fuck if there's a steel wall between him and the goal. He is shooting that puck.
Shoot or shoot, brother. All right.
Shoot or shoot. So I want to quickly round up some Olympic news here. First off, Latvia beats Germany 4-3, which is a little embarrassing. Even more embarrassing
not on the whole, but
even more embarrassing. Finland beats Italy 11-0.
Yeah.
Rough. Next game we have is against Germany. That's gonna be tomorrow. We'll also be back here to react to that one after that. We'll be able to go a little bit longer because I want to talk about like the state of the other divisions in there. So that'll probably be a little bit of a longer podcast. But Mike, do you have any quick Germany predictions or any last notes for Denmark United States that you want to get out there?
I guess I'll tie them together and say, like, I hope we don't make this complicated by ending up with 6 points and another team with 6 points, and we just take care of business. And I really hope going into the quarterfinals, I feel better about this team and they don't come out like extremely lackadaisical and not locked in. Lock in, boys. Time to lock in.
Time to lock in. We're playing a team where their only potent players are Tim Stützle and Leon Draisaitl.
Hey,
what?
JJ Paterka.
Oh, sorry, Paterka. I like Paterka. That's my bad. Mike, a little piece of bar trivia for you here. Finland scored 11 goals, which was the most goals scored in international hockey play in any officially sanctioned match ever. Well, maybe it was the largest margin of victory, 11-0. Also, fun fact, no player scored 3 goals. No hat tricks. 11
That's
goals.
impressive.
Yep. Sebastian Aho, Michael Granlund, Capo Caco, and Miro Heiskanen all had 2 goals apiece.
That's like when Brady would have like passes to like 6 receivers, and they'd be like, spreading the ball around. You love to see it.
All right, buddy. Let's get out of here. We will reconvene tomorrow after Germany, and we will do a little bit of a longer pod. Outlining the group stage, what went right, what went wrong, who else we're going to be playing against in the next rounds, and outlining the elimination stage a little bit. With that, Mike, since we don't do shoutouts on this pod, would you care to guess who the top goal scorer for Sweden has been in the Olympics?
I know Dahlin has 1, at least, if not 2.
Yeah. So your
That's
guess is
my guess.
your guess is Dahlin. It is Elias Pettersson, who's the only player on the team with 2 goals.
Well, at least he scores in the Olympics. He doesn't do it in the fucking NHL.
Yeah, get fucked, current and former Vancouver Canucks.
Yes.
Let's get out of here.